Here are 3 easy things you can teach any dog. Hi, I'm Jamie the dog trainer. Welcome to the channel. If you're right into dog training, please subscribe. We're going to cut right to it. We're going to go through some eye contact and engagement, sit, stay, and getting your dog to come back when called. In this video, as requested, we're going to use a small dog. We've got little Suki here, and she definitely fits that definition. So with Suki today, we're going to teach her a sit, stay. First off, to be able to do that, we need her to be able to sit. The way we do that is with a lure. We quickly fade out the lure though. A lure is any piece of smelly food that you use to guide your puppy around into different positions. What we do here is we grab the lure and we lure her head straight up, and then as soon as her bum hits the ground, at the moment we're just going to reward. We're not going to use any kind of markers or anything, which I'll explain them a little bit later. And then we're going to try it again. So we want to break her out of the sit, then we're going to lure her straight back up in. As soon as she's in that sit, good girl, well done, and we give her a treat. Because we're giving her a reward for sitting, she should do that more often. So what we want to do is fade out the lure, so we're just using a hand signal and a verbal. What I use is palm up, hand up. Suki, sit. Yes. I'll also start to incorporate my marker. Markers are really important for letting the dog know when they've done something right. It's also really key in letting the dog know when they've finished their behaviour. Suki, sit. Yes, good girl, good job. Suki, sit. Yes. This is where sits get interesting. We want to make sure that for the dog, there is a clearly defined start and end point. What I mean by that, the start point is when we say sit, the end point is when I release the dog or use my marker. You'll see me breaking the dog out of the sit after they hear their marker. That's because I want to make sure that the dog realizes after they hear that marker, they can leave. Suki, sit. Yes. Suki, sit. Yes. You can see Suki's waiting for the marker. Now we're ready to sort of make this a little harder. What I use is the 3 Ds: distraction, duration, and distance. You only ever want to work one at the same time. Take note that I don't actually say stay. You don't need to. Your stays are completely implied because your dog will know to hold their sit position until they hear the marker regardless. So now we're going to work with some distance. Suki, sit. I'll take 1 step back. 1 step forward, yes, and release the puppy off. Keep in mind that your puppy is only just learning this. Take your time, do heaps of repetitions that are really easy criteria, and then increase the intensity as you go. So now we're going to try 2 steps. Suki, sit. Yes, good girl. You'll increase to 3, 4, and so on. Now we're going to go through duration. What we want your dog to do is just to hold the sit for a period of time, and you can vary the time intervals up. You're not going to put any distance or distractions in for this. Suki, sit. You can give her some praise as well to keep her motivated. Good girl, well done. Good. Yes, and then break her off. The more your puppy gets used to waiting until that marker, the better. Please ensure that if your puppy does break before the marker, don't reward them. I know it's tough. Sometimes they do a really good job. They get 90% of the way there and break their position before the marker, but it's really important that you only reward them if they've waited for it. If they broke the position just before the marker, go back, make it easier on the next one. The last one is distraction. You can have a bit of fun with this. You can do whatever you want. I'll give you an example. So with this, we might try distraction like clapping hands. Yes, good girl, and break her off. You can try anything from star jumps, yes, good girl, to turning your back on the dog. Sit. Yes, congratulations, you've just taught your dog to sit stay. Now we're going to do some recall. I'm just going to do a very basic recall exercise, but I think it's the most important one to get your dog going. We've done some more in-depth recall exercises right here if you want to watch it. You can do this with or without a leash. With Suki today, I'm going to try and do it without. So we're going to do what's called elastic recalls. Elastic recalls, as the name suggests, is where the dog bands in and out. It's really unique in that we don't reward the dog for coming in. Part of the reward is them actually going out and chasing that treat again. Suki, come. As soon as the dog comes in, or you can start with your dog in a neutral position right next to you. You're going to say yes, and you're going to throw the treat out. Suki's going to go and get it. As soon as she has, Suki, come. Yes, we're going to throw the treat back out again. Suki, come. Good girl, we want her to come all the way in. They have to stop. Yes, good girl. We throw the treat out. Part of the reward for the dog is going to get it. Suki, come. Good girl, good job. Yes! And as the first time Suki's done this, you should see a motivation increase as we go. Suki, come. Good girl. Yes! Make sure you're nice and consistent with your cues. You say the same thing every time. Suki, come. Good girl. Yes! Good job. Make sure you throw the reward out every time. Suki, come. Good girl. Yes! Good job. Now this exercise is a very basic one, but it's really important. It means we can get sort of a good 20 or 30 recalls in a very short period of time, and we reward the dog for each one. Congratulations, you've just taught your dog to come back. Today with Suki, we're going to work with some eye contact. I've actually done a video on this before with some more in-depth exercises right here. Today we're just going to do some basic stuff. I'm going to reward Suki for two different reasons. One is if she voluntarily checks in with me. The other one is if I call her to engage with me. So basically give me eye contact. I'm also going to use a marker. A marker is a word that you're going to use that's pinpointing exactly when the dog has got it right. I use the word yes. So I'm going to call her up here. As soon as she looks at me, I'm going to mark and reward. Suki, yes. I only want to call her name once or twice. After that, if I can't get her attention, say she's really distracted, I'll purposely distract her here. What I do here is go, yes, anything I can do to grab her attention. As soon as we get a response, I'm going to mark and then reward. If that doesn't work, I can use a lure. And what I'll do with a lure is you'll go treat on the nose, up to your eyes, yes, and then mark and reward. It's very important that after you've done that a few times, that you do fade out the lure quickly. We want to go straight back, yes, to getting Suki to respond to your voice. What we're also going to do is reward Suki for voluntary eye contact. So that is eye contact that she gives me without being asked. Yes. So she's got naturally good focus anyway. All she's doing, yes, is engaging with me. I haven't asked her to, but I'm just, yes, reinforcing that, because when I'm out in public, I really want a dog to have a nice relationship where they've been reinforced regularly for this, so they're likely to engage with me and try and find where I am out in public, so I've got good control. Suki, yes, good girl. Congratulations, you've just taught your dog to focus and engage. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please share this with anyone who could do with these tips. Please like and subscribe. Comment below what you would like us to do in another video.